Yeah, I mean, I have lots of thoughts about what my brand is about, and I have a lot of willingness to do various things. So I really feel that I have pretty darn good expertise in helping people tell their stories. I have excellent editing abilities. I do curate a couple of writing workshops with my medical group. So I feel that I could be very helpful to people who want to tell their stories but need help honing their articles or improving their articles, or even kind of figuring out what it is exactly they want to say. So I definitely feel like that is a niche that I can fill, because there aren't very many doctors out there who also have degrees in writing and understand both sides of that. The other thing that I love is narrative medicine, and I would love to lead narrative medicine groups and make them more available. I think one of the struggles is a lot of people don't really know what narrative medicine is. So the first struggle is making sure to get that word out there so people understand what the benefit of it can be. And finding time to do that before being able to offer those sessions is a big challenge.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think we were talking off camera, and I think it's really important to sort of recognize that there definitely needs to be a need for what you are offering. So that's always step one, right? Because you may be
Mhm.
good at something that no one really cares about. And so you're not
Yeah.
necessarily easily book your clients. But
Mhm.
secondly, just defining what it is that you want to offer as a service, in return for whatever endpoint goal you have. Most of the time it's
Mhm.
for payment. A lot of us want to do things on the side, but of course we don't have time to do it for free. Some of us do want to do
Mhm.
it pro bono, but most of us don't. So the question
Mhm.
is just sort of defining, okay, what am I going to give and what is the return going to be on my client's investment? And I
Right.
think that that's something very common between doctors right now, that they're trying to decide, well, outside of my exam room, what am I good at? Is it needed? And how can I package it in a way that, um, makes me happy and delivers to my client something that they're going to be happy with? Does that
Right.
resonate?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And all of that takes time. And it's hard for those of us with no business experience or marketing experience to know exactly how to make that happen in a way that's effective and meets all those needs. I mean, I have confidence that narrative medicine is something a lot of people can benefit from, but finding a way to convey that to people is a whole nother story. And doctors don't often take time out for themselves for self-development and self-improvement. So yeah, that's a struggle.
Yeah, I think that the key, in my opinion, and in my experience as an entrepreneur for close to a decade, is that we need to show them the link between what happens if you embrace narrative medicine. Is there a return on that time investment? Meaning,
Mhm.
maybe it lands you speaking roles, right?
Mhm.
That
Mhm.
gets your name out there and helps you to ultimately build your practice. Or maybe it
Mhm.
helps you to beat burnout because you are expending energy that would have otherwise been put into things that don't make you feel better. Some of us don't
Yeah.
even realize that writing could really be a source of like a burnout antidote. So
Mhm.
I think it's
Yeah.
interesting, what you and I talked about, because the aspect that's not so obvious is that you yourself as the teacher here have
Mhm.
so many different options as to how you can package yourself, right?
Mhm.
You mentioned you can be a private consultant where you take someone's work and you edit it, which is in
Mhm.
and of itself its own kind of, comes with its own pluses and minuses. And then you can be
Mhm.
like a group coach where you're teaching people how to write narrative medicine. And then you can even create passive classes that can be purchased in advance and people can learn without you there. So I think
Mhm.
it's both exciting because there's so many opportunities for you to like develop your side passion, but it's also
Mhm.
a little overwhelming for a lot of doctors when they're trying to decide like which is the one that's not only best for me for my endpoint goal, but which is going to keep me happiest. I'll pause the video here briefly just to let you know that Dr. Eunice actually delivered a lecture about narrative medicine to the SoMeDocs audience, and it's now accessible inside the Learn section of our website, specifically in the on-demand part. The best part is that it's free, so check that out. doctorsonsocialmedia.com.
Right. And which is a need that needs to be filled. Right. So
Yeah.
I think what draws me about any of those is being able to help other doctors fight burnout, because I obviously empathize tremendously with what it's like to practice medicine in the current climate. And I don't want us to lose all of the great doctors from medicine, because we are burning out at such high rates and leaving medicine at such high rates. And in my mind, that's a travesty, because we need doctors and we need them to be able to care and take care of patients. And if I can do something that supports that, that's where my passion lies. Figuring out how to manifest that in a way that's useful to people, that's where I'm just trying to keep from burning out myself. So if
that hits right here, because that's why I created SoMeDocs, like, pure and simply just an internist that was burning out. I saw that healthcare wasn't working, and I was practicing with a lot of narratives and a lot of writing. And I was like, wow, I feel great being able to express myself. And a lot of that sort of went into SoMeDocs. So I totally relate. So thank you for what you do. And for joining me here. So thanks.
Thank you. Thank you for creating SoMeDocs and being a tireless advocate for us to develop ourselves as creative people as well as doctors.
Thank you for that. I would challenge the tireless, because I'm tired.
You appear tireless.
I appreciate that. I was just looking at myself and going, holy shit, I did not apply lipstick. I have bags under my eyes. So I do appreciate that adjective. Thank you so much.